the Snowball Derby. 5 laps to go. Green flag and Vanderlei. What's Elliott spun? He spun the tires. Vanderlei is there. Vanderlei is there. He's there to the back straightaway. Can he clear him? No, Elliott fights back on the inside. Side by side for the lead at the Derby. Kinson looking for third. Hyman goes up the track. Vanderlei gets a run out of turn 4. They're still side by side. Vanderlei is real good in the middle of the turn. He gets to run on the back straightaway. Vanderlei leads on the back stretch. Elliott fights back on the inside.
Vanderlei can't get down.
Elliott got loose. Elliott got loose. Here comes Vanderlei. Vanderlei leads. Elliott back on the inside. Back on the inside. Here comes Chase Elliott. They're still side by side. 2 to go. 2 to go at the Derby. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Chase Elliott trying to hang on. He holds it tight right there.
Look at that.
Side by side.
Side by side.
They'll get the white flag. Here comes the final lap at the Derby. They're still side by side. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Chase Elliott. Vanderlei gets the run out of 2. They're still side by side. Still. Here comes Elliott. He got him. He got him. Chase Elliott wins the Snowball Derby. One of the great finishes of all time. Holy cow. Chase Elliott out of Dawsonville, Georgia wins the Snowball Derby. Chase Elliott does it.
Among the final outdoor races of the year, the 20th annual All-Pro Snowball Derby in Pensacola, Florida. Butch Miller's Chevrolet was to pace the field. In addition to All-Pro regulars, Winston Cup stars like Lake Speed, Bobby and Davey Allison were also in the starting lineup. Bobby started in the last row because of a crash during a qualifying race on Saturday night. This, one of several minor incidents that dropped him to a 15th place finish. Leaders included Steve Grissom. He'll be the factory V6 Ford driver in Grand National next year. Hut Strickland, another late-season Winston Cup driver, dropped out after 65 laps. And Mickey Gibbs' Buick expired less than halfway through the 250-lap race. 12 caution periods for 67 laps slowed the race and caused it to end in nearly total darkness. Butch led 144 circuits, including the last 19, to register his first Snowball victory and the 3rd of the year in All-Pro. You know, Larry, Red Farmer, who's participated in all 20 Snowball Derbies, was second, and Jody Ridley won the season championship.
And meanwhile...
What a day for Donnie Wilson Motorsports. The leader coming to the white flag. The final lap, presented by Pepper Jack Kennels. To turn 2, Chandler Smith, the young driver from Georgia. That's team owner Donnie Wilson. In the lower right, car owner Donnie Wilson to the checkered flag, the 54th running of the Snowball Derby by Hooters. Chandler Smith victorious. Elation on pit road for Smith and this team, a well-deserved win. After
it's a green-white checkered. Joe head along, brings them to the line. Green flag. She got a good start, it looks like. To the back straightaway. She pulls away from Donnie Wilson. Hands to the inside. Battle for second place. White flag in the air. Final lap. 1 to go. Through 3 and 4. She's pulling away. She's pulling away. She's pulling away. Out of Pensacola, Florida, Joe Headalong wins the Snowball Derby. She did it. She did it. Joe Headalong has pulled up.
The 3rd fastest lap turned in this race, and 1st and 2nd up for grabs. Elliott has caught Augie Grill.
Good buddies right here. Chase Elliott to the inside of Augie Grill. Elliott to the lead at Five Flags Speedway. Elliott used to run Grand American Race Cars. That's Augie and Frankie Grill's company, and the 112 fades back to second. Chase Elliott, let's see if he continues to try to see how fast this race car is or whether he paces himself for the second half of this race.
Okay,
The race itself a good one from the launch of the balloons to the fall of the checkered flag. Well after dark, local hero here, Rick Crawford, puts his black 14 out front, dominated early. Run before the largest crowd in the 21-year history of the Snowball Derby. The race saw Crawford so strong that he actually had time to spin the car, end up facing the wrong way, get back into the action without losing the lead. But the end-for-end honors went to series regular. This is Eddie Hanks, whose turn 4 twister brought the crowd to its feet. Eddie responded to all the attention by getting involved in this three-way thriller on the other side of the track, but kept on trucking both times. Now, we in television are sometimes criticized for showing all the wrecks. That's the three-time All-American Challenge champ, Dave Mader. He's exceeding the limits of traction here. In fact, it is worse than that. Our cameras actually cause wrecks. Now, watch this. 41 cars on the half mile. Mr. Camera singles out Reg Hellett for no reason whatsoever and says, watch me spin this guy out. And sure enough, down in turn 1, Reg goes around, and poor Dale Hirschfield has to take the Pine Tree exit ramp in order to miss him. Now watch as Eddie Mercer tried to sandwich through the traffic. He gave Tim Nooner a little nudge in the left rear. That was nothing compared to the big nudge in the right side door that Tim had sustained a little earlier. A lap later, Mercer gets by cleanly. He's a Pensacola boy, hometowner. He and Crawford are both past late model division champs at Five Flags. We watch now as Mike Alexander leads number 52, Butch Miller. They both led the race, Alexander before his crash and Miller before blowing an engine. And if you've ever been to the Snowball, you recognize this. The ageless Red Farmer has raced all 21 Snowball Derbies. He's had the pole, led the race, finished everywhere from second on back, but he's never won it. Kept his record intact on Sunday. He ran 7th. Unfortunately, it was getting dark by the time the eventual winner emerged from that fray. Thus, no victory pictures, but congratulations nonetheless to Ted Musgrave, who ran a low-compression V6, played a waiting game, and won.
Set. But for the competitors, including some famous Grand National faces, the weather was less a worry than the imposing presence of pole sitter Rusty Wallace. He qualified his Camaro at track record speed. This American Speed Association star led the 36-car field away into the deepening darkness and led handily until a 59th lap tangle with some backmarkers spoiled a great ride. As Wallace limped to the pits, that moved number 45 Gene Morgan to the coveted top spot. Then 30 laps later, Jerry Lawley emerged to grab the lead. Meanwhile, the race's only two-time winner, Freddie Fryer, was biding his time, and when the opening came, the Beaumont, Texas native moved his number 14 for the front. The defending champ looked like he'd also be the Derby's first back-to-back winner until the persistent Morgan moved back into contention, and the dash was on. Those two put on a spectacular show. They ran together all the way to the finish. The margin at the flag was 2 car lengths. Morgan the winner, despite a little mid-race tar trouble.
No, I had a little tar trouble. Something happened. Tiger growed out or something. It just wouldn't work good. So we just put new tires on it. Worked good again.
They talk that way down in Travelers Rest, South Carolina, where Morgan hails from. Congratulations, Gene.